Chapter 1: Creating Your Mass Movement. The first chapter of Expert Secrets emphasizes the importance of creating a mass movement. According to Brunson, the most successful businesses have a passionate following that supports their brand and products. The key to creating a mass movement is to identify your target audience and then connect with them on a deep, emotional level. Actionable steps. Define your target audience. Identify the specific group of people you want to attract to your brand. This will help you tailor your messaging and marketing efforts to better connect with them. Develop a strong message. Create a clear and compelling message that resonates with your target audience. Your message should communicate why your product or service is unique and valuable. Build a community. Create a sense of belonging and community around your brand. This can be achieved through social media, email lists, and online forums. Context. An example of a brand that has successfully created a mass movement is Apple. Apple has a loyal following of customers who are passionate about their products and brand. Apple has achieved this by creating products that are both innovative and aesthetically pleasing, as well as by marketing themselves as a lifestyle brand. Chapter 2: Creating Belief. In Chapter 2, Brunson discusses the importance of creating belief in your product or service. He argues that belief is the key to persuading people to take action and become customers. Actionable steps. Develop a clear value proposition. Clearly articulate the value your product or service provides to your customers. Share your story. Share your personal story and the story behind your product or service. This will help customers connect with you on a deeper level and develop trust in your brand. Provide social proof. Use customer testimonials and case studies to demonstrate the value and effectiveness of your product or service. Context. One company that has successfully created belief in their product is Tesla. Tesla has created a passionate following of customers who believe in the company's mission to create a sustainable future. Tesla has achieved this by creating high-quality electric vehicles and promoting them as a lifestyle choice that is both environmentally friendly and technologically advanced. Chapter 3: The Epiphany Bridge. In Chapter 3, Brunson introduces the concept of the Epiphany Bridge. The Epiphany Bridge is a storytelling framework that allows you to connect with your audience on a deep, emotional level. Actionable steps. Identify the problem. Identify the problem your target audience is facing and the pain points they are experiencing. Share your story. Share a personal story that relates to the problem your audience is facing. This will help you connect with your audience on a deeper level and demonstrate that you understand their struggles. Provide a solution. Introduce your product or service as a solution to the problem your audience is facing. Clearly articulate how your product or service can help your audience overcome their challenges. Context. One example of a company that has effectively used the Epiphany Bridge is Airbnb. Airbnb has used storytelling to connect with their audience and create a sense of community around their brand. The company has shared stories of people who have used their platform to connect with others and create meaningful experiences. This has helped Airbnb build trust and loyalty with their customers. Chapter 4: The Hero's Two Journeys. In Chapter 4, Brunson discusses the hero's two journeys, which is a storytelling framework that is commonly used in movies and books. The hero's two journeys framework can also be used to create effective marketing campaigns. Actionable steps. Identify the hero. Identify the hero of your story. This could be your customer or your product. Define the two journeys. Define the external journey and the internal journey. The external journey is the physical journey that the hero takes, while the internal journey is the emotional and mental journey that the hero goes through. Use the framework to create your marketing campaign. Use the Hero's Two Journeys framework to create a compelling marketing campaign that connects with your audience on a deep, emotional level. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the Hero's Two Journeys framework is Nike. Nike has created powerful marketing campaigns that showcase athletes overcoming physical and mental obstacles to achieve their goals. These campaigns use the Hero's Two Journeys framework to connect with customers on an emotional level and inspire them to take action. Chapter 5: The Epiphany Product. In Chapter 5, Brunson discusses the Epiphany Product, which is a product that solves a problem that your audience didn't even know they had. The Epiphany Product can be a powerful tool for creating a passionate following and generating sales. Actionable steps. Identify the problem. Identify a problem that your target audience is facing. Create a solution. Create a solution that solves the problem in a way that is unexpected and innovative. Share your solution. Share your solution with your target audience and demonstrate how it can improve their lives in ways they may not have realized. Context. One example of a company that has effectively used the Epiphany Product is Dyson. Dyson created a vacuum cleaner that uses innovative technology to improve suction and eliminate the need for a bag. This product solved a problem that many people didn't even know they had and created a passionate following of customers who are loyal to the Dyson brand. Chapter 6: The Stack Slide. In Chapter 6, Brunson introduces the Stack Slide, which is a powerful tool for demonstrating the value of your product or service. The Stack Slide allows you to showcase all of the benefits and features of your product or service in a clear and concise way. Actionable steps. Identify the features and benefits. Identify all of the features and benefits of your product or service. Order the features and benefits. Order the features and benefits in a way that showcases the most valuable and compelling benefits first. Use the Stack Slide in your marketing. Use the Stack Slide in your marketing materials to showcase the value of your product or service in a clear and concise way. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the Stack Slide is ClickFunnels, which is a software platform that helps businesses create effective sales funnels. ClickFunnels uses the Stack Slide to showcase all of the features and benefits of their platform in a clear and concise way. This has helped ClickFunnels to attract and retain customers who are looking for an all-in-one solution for their sales funnel needs. Chapter 7: The Perfect Webinar. In Chapter 7, Brunson introduces the Perfect Webinar, which is a powerful tool for generating sales and converting leads into customers. The Perfect Webinar is a framework that allows you to create a compelling and persuasive sales pitch that resonates with your audience. Actionable steps. Identify your audience. Identify the specific group of people you want to target with your webinar. Develop your pitch. Develop a clear and compelling pitch that showcases the value of your product or service. Use the Perfect Webinar Framework. Use the Perfect Webinar Framework to structure your pitch and ensure that it resonates with your audience. Context. One example of a company that has effectively used the Perfect Webinar is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels uses webinars to promote their platform and demonstrate its value to potential customers. The company has developed a compelling pitch that resonates with their audience and has generated significant sales as a result. Chapter 8: The One Thing. In Chapter 8, Brunson discusses the importance of focusing on the one thing that will have the biggest impact on your business. He argues that entrepreneurs often get distracted by multiple projects and initiatives, which can lead to a lack of focus and poor results. Actionable steps. Identify your one thing. Identify the one thing that will have the biggest impact on your business. Focus on your one thing. Focus your time, energy, and resources on your one thing and prioritize it above all other initiatives. Measure your results. Measure the results of your efforts and adjust your strategy as needed. Context. One example of a company that has effectively focused on the one thing is Facebook. In the early days of Facebook, the company's one thing was to grow its user base as quickly as possible. The company focused all of its resources on this goal and was able to achieve significant growth as a result. Chapter 9: Breaking and Rebuilding Patterns. In Chapter 9, Brunson discusses the importance of breaking and rebuilding patterns in your marketing and sales efforts. He argues that people are naturally resistant to change, and breaking established patterns can be a powerful way to capture their attention and generate interest in your product or service. Actionable steps. Identify established patterns. Identify the established patterns in your industry and in your target audience's behavior. Break the pattern. Find ways to break established patterns and capture your audience's attention in a new and unexpected way. Rebuild the pattern. Once you have captured your audience's attention, rebuild the pattern by introducing your product or service in a way that is both compelling and memorable. Context. An example of a company that has effectively broken and rebuilt patterns is Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club used a humorous and irreverent marketing campaign to capture the attention of its target audience and break the established pattern of traditional razor companies. The company was able to generate significant interest in its subscription service as a result. Chapter 10: The Stack. In Chapter 10, Brunson discusses the importance of the stack, which is a tool for showcasing the value of your product or service. The stack allows you to bundle multiple products or services together and offer them at a discounted price. Actionable steps. Identify complementary products or services. Identify products or services that are complementary to your core offering. Bundle them together. Bundle the complementary products or services together and offer them at a discounted price. Use the stack in your marketing. Use the stack in your marketing materials to showcase the value of your bundled offering. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the stack is Amazon. Amazon uses the stack to bundle products together and offer them at a discounted price. For example, the company may bundle a Kindle device with a selection of ebooks and offer them at a discounted price. This allows Amazon to showcase the value of its products and encourage customers to make multiple purchases at once. Overall, the stack can be a powerful tool for increasing sales and demonstrating the value of your product or service to potential customers. By bundling complementary products or services together, you can create a compelling offer that encourages customers to make a purchase. Chapter 11: Trial Closes. In Chapter 11, Brunson discusses the importance of trial closes in the sales process. A trial close is a technique that allows you to test a potential customer's willingness to make a purchase without actually asking for the sale. Actionable steps. Identify trial closes. Identify trial closes that are appropriate for your product or service. These could include asking the customer if they would like to see a demo of the product, or if they have any questions about the product. Use trial closes in your sales process. Use trial closes throughout the sales process to gauge the customer's interest and willingness to make a purchase. Adjust your strategy based on the customer's response. Based on the customer's response to the trial close, adjust your strategy and continue to move the customer towards making a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used trial closes is Salesforce. Salesforce uses trial closes throughout the sales process to gauge the customer's interest and move them towards making a purchase. By asking the customer questions and testing their willingness to move forward, Salesforce is able to close more deals and generate more revenue. Chapter 12: The Perfect Close. In Chapter 12, Brunson introduces the perfect close, which is a framework for closing a sale in a way that is both effective and non-pushy. Actionable steps. Identify the customer's needs. Identify the specific needs and pain points that the customer is experiencing. Communicate the value of your product or service. Communicate the value of your product or service in a way that is relevant to the customer's needs and pain points. Ask for the sale. Ask the customer for the sale in a way that is non-pushy and respectful of their decision. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the perfect close is Zappos. Zappos has built a reputation for exceptional customer service, and the company uses the perfect close to close sales in a way that is both effective and respectful of the customer's decision. By focusing on the customer's needs and pain points and communicating the value of their products in a non-pushy way, Zappos is able to generate significant sales and build loyal customers. Chapter 13: OTO Secrets. In Chapter 13, Brunson introduces the concept of OTO secrets, which is a strategy for offering customers additional products or services at the point of purchase. Actionable steps. Identify complementary products or services. Identify products or services that are complementary to the customer's original purchase. Offer the additional products or services at a discount. Offer the additional products or services at a discounted price as part of a one-time offer. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used OTO secrets is Amazon. Amazon uses the OTO strategy to offer customers additional products or services at the point of purchase. For example, when a customer purchases a book, Amazon may offer them a discounted price on an audiobook version of the same book. This strategy allows Amazon to generate additional sales and increase the value of each customer transaction. Overall, the OTO secret strategy can be a powerful tool for increasing sales and generating additional revenue from each customer transaction. By offering customers complementary products or services at a discounted price, you can create a compelling offer that encourages them to make additional purchases at the point of sale. Chapter 14: The Attractive Character. In Chapter 14, Brunson introduces the concept of the attractive character, which is a persona that is designed to attract and connect with your target audience. Actionable steps. Identify your target audience. Identify the specific group of people you want to target with your marketing efforts. Develop your attractive character. Develop an attractive character persona that resonates with your target audience and is designed to attract and connect with them. Use your attractive character in your marketing. Use your attractive character in your marketing materials to create a sense of connection and familiarity with your target audience. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the attractive character is Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has developed a strong attractive character persona that is designed to connect with people who are looking to improve their lives and achieve their goals. His attractive character persona is confident, charismatic, and inspiring, and it resonates with his target audience on a deep emotional level. Chapter 15. The Soap Opera Sequence. In Chapter 15, Brunson introduces the soap opera sequence, which is a storytelling framework that allows you to create a compelling and engaging story that connects with your audience. Actionable steps. Identify the problem. Identify the problem or pain point that your target audience is experiencing. Develop a story. Develop a compelling and engaging story that addresses the problem or pain point and demonstrates how your product or service can solve it. Use the soap opera sequence in your marketing. Use the soap opera sequence in your marketing materials to create a sense of connection and engagement with your target audience. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the soap opera sequence is Squatty Potty. Squatty Potty used a humorous and engaging marketing campaign that used the soap opera sequence to promote their product. The campaign addressed a common problem that many people experience and demonstrated how the Squatty Potty could solve it in a fun and engaging way. Chapter 16. The Perfect Webinar Hack. In Chapter 16, Brunson introduces the perfect webinar hack, which is a strategy for creating a highly engaging and persuasive webinar that converts leads into customers. Actionable steps. Develop a highly engaging presentation. Develop a highly engaging presentation that captures your audience's attention and keeps them engaged throughout the webinar. Use the perfect webinar framework. Use the perfect webinar framework to structure your presentation and ensure that it is highly persuasive and effective. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the perfect webinar hack is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels has developed a highly engaging and persuasive webinar that uses the perfect webinar framework to structure the presentation and showcase the value of their platform. By using scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency, ClickFunnels is able to generate significant sales and convert leads into customers. Overall, the perfect webinar hack can be a powerful tool for generating sales and converting leads into customers. By developing a highly engaging and persuasive presentation and using the perfect webinar framework to structure the content, you can create a compelling offer that encourages customers to make a purchase. Chapter 17. The Stack Slide. In Chapter 17, Brunson introduces the stack slide, which is a visual representation of the value of your product or service. The stack slide allows you to showcase the different elements of your product or service and the value they provide. Actionable steps. Identify the elements of your product or service. Identify the different elements of your product or service and the value they provide. Create a visual representation. Create a visual representation of the stack slide that showcases the different elements of your product or service and the value they provide. Use the stack slide in your marketing. Use the stack slide in your marketing materials to showcase the value of your product or service and encourage customers to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the stack slide is Apple. Apple uses the stack slide to showcase the different features and benefits of their products, such as the iPhone or MacBook. By presenting the value of their products in a visual and compelling way, Apple is able to generate significant sales and build a loyal customer base. Chapter 18. The Perfect Webinar Script. In Chapter 18, Brunson provides a detailed breakdown of the perfect webinar script, which is a framework for creating a highly persuasive and effective webinar that converts leads into customers. Actionable steps. Use the perfect webinar framework. Use the perfect webinar framework to structure your presentation and ensure that it is highly persuasive and effective. Develop a compelling offer. Develop a compelling offer that showcases the value of your product or service and encourages customers to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the perfect webinar script is Digital Marketer. Digital Marketer uses webinars to promote their marketing courses and demonstrate the value of their platform. The company has developed a highly effective perfect webinar script that showcases the value of their courses and encourages customers to make a purchase. Chapter 19: The Stack and the Perfect Webinar Combined. In Chapter 19, Brunson discusses the power of combining the Stack and the Perfect Webinar frameworks to create a highly persuasive and effective sales pitch. Actionable steps. Use the Stack to showcase the value of your product or service. Use the Stack to showcase the different elements of your product or service and the value they provide. Use the Perfect Webinar Framework to structure your presentation. Use the Perfect Webinar Framework to structure your presentation and ensure that it is highly persuasive and effective. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively combined the Stack and the Perfect Webinar frameworks is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels uses a combination of the Stack and the Perfect Webinar to showcase the value of their platform and encourage customers to make a purchase. By presenting the different elements of their platform in a visual and compelling way, and using the Perfect Webinar framework to structure the presentation, ClickFunnels is able to generate significant sales and convert leads into customers. Chapter 20: The Stack and the Perfect Webinar Script Combined. In Chapter 20, Brunson provides a detailed breakdown of how to combine the Stack and the Perfect Webinar Script frameworks to create a highly effective and persuasive sales pitch. Actionable steps. Use the Stack to showcase the value of your product or service. Use the Stack to showcase the different elements of your product or service and the value they provide. Use the Perfect Webinar Script to structure your presentation. Use the Perfect Webinar Script to structure your presentation and ensure that it is highly persuasive and effective. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively combined the Stack and the Perfect Webinar Script is Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins uses a combination of the Stack and the Perfect Webinar Script to promote his courses and demonstrate the value of his platform. By presenting the different elements of his courses in a visual and compelling way, and using the Perfect Webinar Script to structure the presentation, Tony Robbins is able to generate significant sales and build a loyal customer base. Overall, the Stack and the Perfect Webinar Script are powerful frameworks that can be used to create a highly effective and persuasive sales pitch. By showcasing the value of your product or service in a visual and compelling way, and using a structured and persuasive presentation to encourage customers to make a purchase, you can generate significant sales and build a loyal customer base. Chapter 21: The Perfect Order Bump. In Chapter 21, Brunson introduces the concept of the perfect order bump, which is a strategy for offering customers an additional product or service at the point of purchase. Actionable steps. Identify complementary products or services. Identify products or services that are complementary to the customer's original purchase. Offer the additional products or services at a discount. Offer the additional products or services at a discounted price as part of an order bump. Use scarcity and urgency to encourage the customer to make a purchase. Use scarcity and urgency to create a sense of urgency and encourage the customer to make a purchase. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the perfect order bump is McDonald's. McDonald's offers customers the option to add fries and a drink to their order at a discounted price. This strategy allows McDonald's to increase the value of each customer transaction and generate additional revenue. Chapter 22: The Perfect Webinar Email Sequence. In Chapter 22, Brunson introduces the Perfect Webinar Email Sequence, which is a series of emails that are designed to promote and generate interest in your webinar. Actionable steps. Develop a compelling subject line. Develop a subject line that is compelling and encourages the customer to open the email. Use storytelling to generate interest. Use storytelling to generate interest in your webinar and create a sense of anticipation. Provide value and showcase your expertise. Provide value in your emails and showcase your expertise to establish trust and credibility with your audience. Context. An example of a company that has effectively used the Perfect Webinar Email Sequence is HubSpot. HubSpot uses a series of emails to promote their webinars and generate interest in their platform. The company has developed a highly effective email sequence that uses storytelling and valuable content to generate interest and establish trust with their audience. Overall, the perfect order bump and the perfect webinar email sequence are powerful strategies that can be used to increase sales and generate interest in your products or services. By offering complimentary products or services at a discounted price and using a series of compelling emails to generate interest in your webinar, you can create a compelling offer that encourages customers to make a purchase and build a loyal customer base.